Hi, welcome to the Fiddle Workshop. Today I'd like to discuss scales. The first thing is if you can come up with your own approach or variation, this is really great, just in terms of the bowings and the fingerings. If not, go to different types of book references, and before I discuss that, here are my suggestions. Number 2, learn within first position 2-octave scales, including the full round of the arpeggios. So you start at G major, right? And work your way up to C major. So G, A flat, A, B flat, B, and then to C major. Step 3, learn 3-octave scales, and also the round of the arpeggios similarly. So G major, etc. Until you get to the 4-octave G major scale again. From my own experience working on 2-octave and 3-octave scales took me about 2 hours a day for about 2 years before I really felt like I learned the fingerboard decently well. For you or for anybody else, obviously it's going to take a shorter amount of time or longer. It just depends on who you are. And actually what really depends on it is how interested you are in achieving your goal. If you're really interested and that light bulb goes off and says, hey, I really want to learn this and I'm not learning it because my teacher is sort of assigning it to me and I feel like I'm having to do something that I don't necessarily want to do, that's a different road. If you're on the road of, hey, I really want to do this and I want to improve, you're going to learn it quick. Step 4, fingerings. Fingerings are really important, and the key word is simple, and that is capitalized. Simple. Keep your fingerings simple. Leave fancy and unique or special fingerings at the door, and save your artistic fingerings for when you want to have a special effect in the piece of music. And actually, fingerings in general always favor simple fingerings, including open strings and harmonics. Open strings and harmonics are a beautiful thing, and it gives you more freedom to play. Eventually, you'd want to become fluent with all the scales, playing all the major scales. And for my own personal set of fingerings, I have 5 sets before I go to 4-octave scales. Finally, discussing scale books. The classic dense scale book, the most classic is Carl Flesch's scale book. You can start with steps 1 through 5 in each key, where he has you focus on each string, and then a full 3-octave scale with the arpeggios before you go to thirds, and then the 6th and the octaves and fingered octaves, the 10th and all that stuff. But if that's a little bit too dense or difficult, which is understandable, it's just so thick. Start with the Roland Vamos scale book, which is a more intermediate level for intermediate levels and up. And what's really nice about that scale book is he gives you a lot of different bow patterns with the scale. For each scale is 5 pages for all the 3-octave scales. It's a lot of nice bow variations, and you won't be wasting your time if you practice on it, for sure. So anyway, there's lots of ways to accelerate your understanding of scales, and I hope that if there's even a small inkling of what I'm sharing with you today that helps you, then I've managed to communicate something to you that helps you with your journey on learning scales a little bit better and, frankly, hopefully more easily. All right, till next time, toi toi and salute.